Across the streets of the United States, a growing crisis silently unfolds, a crisis that many may pass by without a second thought. Yet, for the more than 500,000 Americans who are homeless, this is a harsh reality they face every day. The homeless population in the U.S. has become a symbol of economic inequality, societal struggles, and the urgent need for compassion and change. Every year, new faces join the ranks of the homeless, whether due to job loss, mental health challenges, addiction, or the ever-growing problem of affordable housing. The reasons are many, but the experience is often the same: an uncertain and unstable existence, living day to day, without the basic comforts most of us take for granted. Imagine waking up on a cold concrete sidewalk, the sounds of bustling city, streets replacing the comfort of your own home. It's a place where survival becomes the only priority. Food, shelter, warmth, simple, essential things become the objects of a constant search. It's a life of uncertainty and hardship, where every day is a struggle to hold on to dignity while trying to survive the cruelty of the world outside. For many, homelessness is not a choice, but a result of a series of circumstances beyond their control. For veterans returning from war, it might be the trauma and lack of support that leads to losing their footing. For others, it's the loss of a job, the inability to keep up with rent, or the collapse of relationships that once provided a support system. Mental health issues and addiction further complicate the situation, as services are often underfunded or hard to access. In 2023, the U.S. saw a sharp rise in homelessness, with an estimated 582,000 people living without stable housing on any given night. Cities like Los Angeles, New York, and San Francisco report some of the highest numbers, but no city is immune. The homeless population is diverse, encompassing men, women, children, veterans, the elderly, and even entire families who are left without a place to call home. As we walk through cities, it's easy to overlook the faces of those who live on the streets, but behind every person is a story. Stories of people who were once someone's child, someone's parent, someone's friend. Some have fallen on hard times. Others were born into cycles of poverty. Yet they all share a common need, a chance to rebuild their lives. In many cities, communities have taken steps to help. Shelters, outreach programs, and food pantries work tirelessly to provide relief. However, the demand far outweighs the supply. Emergency shelters, while providing short-term solutions, can often feel like temporary fixes without lasting change. Affordable housing, mental health services, and job training programs remain in short supply, leaving many individuals in a cycle of homelessness that feels nearly impossible to escape. But amid the struggle, there are stories of resilience and hope. People who have experienced homelessness firsthand are slowly starting to find stability, thanks to the tireless work of local organizations and community-driven efforts. There are success stories of individuals who've overcome addiction, secured stable housing, and even found employment. These stories remind us that homelessness is not a permanent condition, but one that can be alleviated with the right support, resources, and determination. However, the road to recovery is often long and fraught with setbacks. The systemic issues surrounding homelessness, affordable housing shortages, insufficient mental health care, and growing income inequality must be addressed at every level of government and society. Solutions require not just compassion, but also structural change. Every person deserves more than just survival. They deserve the opportunity to thrive, to have a place where they feel safe, valued, and part of the community. The reality is that the homeless population in the U.S. is not a distant issue, but one that touches all of us in some way. It's a reflection of the inequalities present in our society and an urgent call to do more. The question is not just how we can help, but how we can create a society where homelessness is no longer an inevitability for so many. As we go about our daily lives, it's important to remember that the faces of homelessness aren't just strangers. They are our neighbors, our fellow citizens. Their struggle is one of survival, but it's also a call for empathy, understanding, and action. By supporting initiatives that provide both immediate relief and long-term solutions, we can begin to address the root causes of homelessness and help restore the dignity and hope of those who need it most. The story of homelessness in the U.S. is far from over, but with awareness, compassion, and a collective effort, we can change the narrative and work towards a future where no one has to call the streets their home.